While shocking, the departure of Hailey Upton, Tracy Spiridakos, during the last moments of Chicago PD's Season 11 finale will disrupt unit dynamics when the series returns for its 12th season. For over a decade, the police procedural has focused on the personal and professional relationships between the police officers working in the intelligence unit. These officers must completely trust one another and their leader, Hank Voight, Jason Begg, during high-risk investigations, especially during times they engage in questionable or illegal activity to get violent criminals off the streets. Upton was one of the longest-running characters on the police procedural, having joined during Season 4 to replace Erin Lindsay, Sophia Bush. For several years, she was involved in a romantic relationship with Jay Halstead, and the two got married, but divorced after Halstead left for Bolivia for an indefinite period. Halstead remained absent from Chicago PD during Upton's final appearance, allowing her to move on in a way that demonstrated her independence and growth as a character. Upton left Chicago PD's Atwater, Burgess, and Ruzek behind to adjust to working without her, which could prove to be difficult. Hailey Upton has been part of Chicago PD's intelligence unit almost from the start. It feels as if she's always been there, so it'll be hard for her colleagues to move on. Upton first appeared in Chicago PD Season 4. The character was meant as a replacement for Sophia Bush's Erin Lindsay, who had left at the end of the previous season. However, she so quickly became one of the most active detectives in the series, making it easy for her colleagues to forget there had ever been a time that she had not been part of the unit. Upton was smart, dedicated, and willing to take risks, making her invaluable to the team. She also had a special relationship with Voight that nobody else could come close to replicating. Upton's unusual dedication to cases was shown to be a symptom of unresolved trauma during Season 11, with her ultimately admitting that she threw herself into work to avoid the pain of her childhood. However, the upside of this unhealthy behavior was that she closed more cases than anyone else and was often on hand to support her colleagues when they were struggling emotionally, even giving tough love to Petrovich about her alcohol dependence issues. These aspects of her character will be hard to replace and will force a shift in the dynamics of the unit now that she is gone. Sergeant Voight relied on Hailey the most in Chicago PD. Voight considered her his surrogate daughter. Jason Begg as Hank Voight looking upset in Chicago PD. Voight is not one who trusts others easily, not even within the team he leads, and that was even more true after the murder of his son, which opened a revenge arc that led to the death of his best friend and fellow cop Alvin Olinsky. Besides Olinsky, Upton was probably the only person in his unit Voight allowed himself to be close to. He trusted her to have his back and had hers as well, which was why he allowed Mattson to torture him during the Season 11 finale rather than complying with Mattson's demand that he call her so that Mattson could kill them both.